Hi ho guys, off to work we go. Let's see what's going on. PRPH just pulled up on our charts and it's looking tasty. This is a 9 million float US drug manufacturer with financial results. Possible entry at 420. Big resistance here. These are all-time high levels right now on PRPH. So we have bigger support at 4. That's why I like it. Possible entry here at 422. I'm not sure if we're gonna be part of this bounce here. Go ahead and remove my limit order. Not really doing what I would have wanted. Second pullback here, 420, 419. Crack of 4. Low volume though. Possible entry at 405. Got an entry here at 405. Small position size, just to see if we can capitalize on this quick runner. 23%. Big support here at 4. Looks like it was holding a little bit. Take profits before 450 would be ideal. Still selling off. $380. Looks like there was some support there at 380. Yeah, this is why I use small position size on these late ones, just because it's the easiest way to manage risk. So we have down about 20 cents a share. This is usually where I'm looking to get out of position, no longer working my way. Might have a nice little move here. Still a lot of resistance at 4. $390. Yep, okay, should have closed that position a little bit quicker. That was my mistake. Let's see if we can get out of this one now. Giving back a little bit of profits here that I made pre-market. Yeah, a lot of selling on this one, guys. Possible retest here. This is why you use small position size. That was a 30% flush. That was a much more aggressive than I was looking for. PRPH, we could pretty much write it off now. I mean, I don't want to be biased towards it. We have big support at 3.5. My problem with this was every time I see a flush that's this strong, it tends not to really work out that well in the future. Looking to get out of this one. We have decent buyers, decent support. I gotta say, I'm a little bit sketched because the just overall sell pressure on this one was much higher than I expected. Looking for that pop back to the upside. Got to take my losses here. See if we can reduce them just a little bit. Might see a second push. Yeah, well, there we go. There was my trade with PRPH. That one didn't really work out too well. Oh well, we used small position size. We managed our risk to some extent. I did hold it probably longer than I should have. That was a really wicked flush. So let's see here. Going back to the monitor chart, I think we're up 45 bucks now today. I gave back, I was up over 100 bucks today, and then I just kind of gave back some. Overall pre-market, I don't really mind, being up or down pre-market. It's not really the point. I like to kind of build a cushion if I can, obviously, before the market opens. But to me, it kind of allows me to get my feet wet. Now I know PRPH has a lot of sellers in it. I know this one's very, very wicked. I know OXBR was okay on dips. It was holding pretty well on dips, so OXBR, I would like to maybe keep on trading. And then PLX, this one is just really aggressive. So when it starts popping higher and pulls back, oftentimes it doesn't pull back that far. So if you want to buy the breakouts on or the pullbacks on PLX, maybe be a little bit more aggressive on it. So that's kind of the point. I like to trade pre-market, kind of get my feet wet. I only use small position size, so I don't put myself in too big of a hole. That way I kind of just, get a little bit in the groove here. So now we're kind of pulling into this EMA level. No real surprise here. I thought we were going to touch the EMA, but I was kind of nervous on a second flush to the downside. So I just said, you know what, I'm already as wrong as it gets. Let me go ahead and close this position. I already risked way too much in this area, so a little bit shame on me for that. But yeah. Okay, so PRPH, financial results, 9 million float, US drug manufacturing company. Probably going to write it off. I'm going to put a red flag on this one because it's down 30% plus. So yeah, red flag on this one. EYEN, this is looking pretty hot here. 11 million float, US biotech, exclusive collaboration. Those are kind of weird, two words to put together, a little bit weird. I have a little bit of loser on this one. US biotech, exclusive collaboration to develop drug for China and South Korea. That seems like pretty good news. Look at this very vicious sell-off here. Analysis collaboration, no, that's not new. So really strong sell-off there. I always want to kind of be weary of those moves. I was not expecting something that ferocious, but this sell-off here was about 12%, so this one's much stronger. Just be a little bit careful here. I like the way EYEN has kind of been trending to the downside here, and then in the recent we kind of started building up some momentum back to 4, and now we're having that big breakout. We're up all the way up here at 8. Well, we just did pull back kind of strong here towards 7. 7 is big support, and then 8, I think we have room to run till 9. So I like the possible upside on EYEN, and as long as there's no horrible news coming out about it or something that we got to really watch out for, I think this pullback could be okay and actually could kind of set us up for maybe a nice open that's not as bad risk reward. So EYEN, possible setup there. Lowest price target. These guys might do an offering if they need cash, which they probably do. Let me quickly see here. Disclosures. So what I like to do, which I'm going to do a bit more on my second computer in the future so you guys can see it as well, but right now the laptop's overheating with the heat and it's just streaming in general, so I don't want to have any sort of extra windows open. But what I like to do is go to the disclosures on SEC or OTCmarkets.com. Check out the recent filings. 10Ks are my favorite to look at, or 10Qs, and then 8Ks are kind of good as well. So let's see if there's any warrants or exercise. Not finding any right off the bat. Okay, that's good. Doesn't mean there aren't any warrants, so I'll only check the 8K. Okay, so the last 10Q was on May 14th. Let's check this one, see what this one pops up. Warrants. Sometimes it's easier. Exercise. Exercise price looks like there's some 468. Well, if we rip through these exercise prices, it actually could be okay. There's definitely going to be new shares being sold into the market today without a question on EYEN. So just, be a little bit mindful of that. So yeah, ripping, that's why 435 was such a hard place to get through before. Now we're all the way up to 8. So this one at the open, let's see what happens. It's going to be kind of interesting. OXBR, I'm still watching this one. I actually have a limit order on OXBR, so let's talk about this one. 3 million float, really nice. Really big spikeability on that. Cayman Island Insurance Company with quarterly 2 results. Long term, I don't like how this one has behaved. It has a lot of these spikes that don't hold their highs, so just keep an eye on that. OXBR, wouldn't be surprised if it did not hold its highs. Big support around $1.90 to $2, so that could be a possible red to green move on OXBR. Gonna move my limit orders around a little bit. Got another 3 minutes till the market opens. Kind of have to run to the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take these 3 minutes. Be right back. What was I gonna say? So, okay, we got OXBR. I got that on my second screen. Like I said, $1.90 to $2 could be interesting spots on it, unless something happens now in the next few moments. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel my, change my trades to good till day. Let's go back to PRPH. Let's see what this one's doing. This is the one I just took a little bit of a loss on, PRPH. Good thing I used small position size. Wow, look at that. PRPH is back in the game, 3.67. Looks like it found some support. Good thing we didn't sell at the perfect low. Nice. Actually, okay. Oftentimes, you don't really see these things recovering once they're back from 30%. So this is a bit more promising than I was expecting. We have all-time highs here at 5. Again, 9 million float. Does have that spike ability. U.S. drug manufacturing company with strong financial results. Let's see how this one goes. $4 could be an interesting place. Again, I'm a little bit weary on trading this one now, just because it looks like it likes to sell off very, very strongly. So just keep that in mind. Usually a stock that's trending higher and is very, very strong and performs very well doesn't have these very aggressive sell-offs. So we'll see what happens. Open mind. Nice, Corey. Is everything good with the stream? Doesn't look like I'm seeing any issues. It says public live stream health, good quality. Yeah, I mean, everything's looking fine. Okay. Yeah, see, PRPH, look at that wicked sell-off. I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just, you know, sometimes you can get some really nice moves on this, so congrats if you did. But just remember to take those profits, because a ticker like this, it's not surprising to see it keep dumping. That's all I have to say. I'm going to be watching EYEN out of the gates, and I'll be watching OXBR, guys. Good luck, everyone. Okay, you guys are all saying the stream is good. Yeah, I'm not sure what the problems were. 20 more seconds here till the market opens. Wow, look at that sell-off on EYEN. That's a bit crazy. Let's see how low it can go. 3 seconds here. AAL is over 15. Hit 6.5. I'd probably consider it on a break of 6.5. Not sure if we'll see that. 5% sell-off. EYEN. Possible break of 6.5 now. OXBR found some support at 2. Watching it for a possible reversal. Here we go. EYEN possibly breaking here at 6.9. I'm not really ready to get on this one just yet. Would like to see a bit more support come in first. Possible entry at 43. Gonna move my limit order down. Bit of a doozy this one, huh? Kind of takes, it's a bit of a slow mover. Possible red to green move though right now. We hit, let's see, 41. Should have had a limit order maybe there ready to go. Let's see how this, I wouldn't be surprised if it cracked over 6.8 right now. Six, 7, so we got to 6.7. Here we go, EYEN. Can we see that break of 6.8? That's what I would be looking for. Nope, still selling off here. OXBR looks really good. Had that big support. EYEN. Bought a dip here. Possible red to green move on EYEN, big support here at 629. Looking for a break above 40 into the 50 territory. Entered OXBR. Sold half of my EYEN. Looking for EYEN to maybe even go to the 60s. 648 getting chipped away here. EYEN found some support at 640. Selling off again. 4% down. Yeah, the selling pressure on this one's really, really strong, huh? It's gonna... Possible add under 615, I would have said. I'm still watching OXBR, guys. I'm in that trade, but I can't be switching screens too much. I only have so much real estate here. Wanted to average down on that last move. Can we see EYEN get into the 60s? A lot of selling momentum on this one so far, make me a little bit uncomfortable. Let's see, 50 getting chipped away. Possible sell here at 56. Boom, there we go, 56. Now it's at 6.7. All right, I'm still in OXBR. It's selling off. I'm giving back a lot of my profits on OXBR. Just, you know, taking it one step at a time here. Position long only about 1,000, so pretty small position size. Possible second fill on OXBR at 85. EYEN looks pretty good. Possible. So I'm long OXBR at 187. My scanners aren't updating. It's a little bit tricky for me to switch my screens, guys. I do apologize for that. EYEN at 6.7 looking pretty strong. Yeah, it was a pretty decent position size on EYEN. My overall win wasn't really that big on it. It's making some decent moves. I'm still long OXBR. Finding some decent little base here. Look at that, EYEN, man, this thing is so sketchy. Thanks, Peter. $2,000 shares long on OXBR at 187. Looking for this one to break back above the 9-minute EMA. Not sure if we're going to get it, but we've had a pretty strong sell-off, so I wouldn't be surprised if at least tried a little bit, popped back to the upside. We're in big support zone. We're down about 40% from pre-market highs, so it's been a big sell-off. Again, I'm watching two tickers right now, so it's hard for me to switch back and forth. NASDAQ is down 0.7%, but Dow Jones is up 1%. So probably tech companies are down quite a bit, while your industrial blue chip companies are up a bit more right now. OXBR, possible sell. Sold my OXBR position, guys. Sorry, it's a little hard for me to switch back and forth right now. I only got two screens, and you guys are watching one of them, even though I'm trying to watch two tickers at once. So this is my OXBR trade. Kind of bought the dip down here. I'm scared this is going to flush. It was kind of a weak break here at 192, so I'm not going to keep holding it. I might do a re-entry on OXBR. Let's go back to EYEN. Looks like my scanners are finally updating. Nice, Eddie. Nice move. Wow, we did not get red to green moves on EYEN or OXBR. I was expecting that for both these tickers. Both of them did not work. But we managed our risk. We took profits when it was weak, and that's how we were able to stay green on these two. So let's just keep watching here. No need to get overly aggressive for no reason. Let's just kind of see what happens. I do think EYEN is near some really big support, and I do think that we might see a break of the 9-minute EMA. This sell-off, though, has been ridiculous, and I just want to kind of recommend some caution in these zones as it could keep pulling off. Might see 5.5 pretty soon here. I'm a little bit nervous that this thing's going to have a failed breakout and have a flush. So I don't know if I'm going to be re-entering this one myself, although if we do break it, it could break past 6.5 pretty quickly, and it could be a really nice profit trade as well. So I don't know, two ways to look at it. AAL just flashed. Poo. I'll just keep on holding that one for now. Unless I see a major trend reversal, I'll probably keep holding AAL. There we go. EYEN looks like it is going to try to push past that 6.5. Again, light buy volume, a lot of sell volume. So I'm still nervous for the flush, and I probably won't be buying this breakout. OXBR is in a similar position as EYEN, except OXBR looks like it's managing its sell volume a little bit better and might even start trending here to the upside. So I think this one, to me, looks like a little bit more interesting for a secondary trade at this current point in time. Let's see what happens. 8% move now off the low on OXBR, pretty solid. PFNX is really kind of popping some volume on here. This was a 32 million float US biotech. I'm kind of surprised. They had they bought a company, I think a $12 share acquisition. Or no, they were acquired. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Forget what I just said. That changes everything about that one. PRPH, what a crazy open on that one. I'm just happy I wasn't looking at it anymore. No surprise that it's selling off. No surprise at all. We called that move out pre-market. OXBR shooting higher here, back above 2. Whew, man, if you guys are enjoying the pre-market open and or the market open, don't forget to drop a like. Really appreciate all the likes, guys, and wow, really gets the blood flowing with all this action here. OXBR now pulling back below 2. What is going on, man? This is just keeping my eye open. Maybe we're going to see something else. I see you guys calling out SYPR in the chat room. Yeah, that one actually, good contract news. 1AP Pro says that this one has potential. I like the 39 million float. I mean, market cap, 21 million shares outstanding. This one is trending higher. One of the few tickers trending higher, and it's still clearly on the uptrend. So this is really, really good to see that. Who knows? We have bigger resistance at 2 and 2.2. Oh man, there's a lot to look at, guys. Sometimes you just got to stay focused on a few tickers. Remember to trade what you feel comfortable with trading. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm just one person. I can only keep an eye out on so many tickers. EYEN might break above the 9-minute EMA here. Kind of held this flush territory, so that's a really good sign. Man, this one had such a strong sell-off, huh? Ooh, OXBR absolutely getting wrecked right now. Woohoo! What is that? Oh my lord. That is just not fun looking. Man, these tickers are tricky to trade today, I think. Buying dip on OXBR. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea because this dip, this was a pretty strong dip. I'm not sure how much far it's going to go. EYEN, possible break here of the 9-minute. This is looking really strong. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a solid little break. I don't know how long it would hold. That would make me a little bit cautious. SYPR is continuing its rally. Wow, what a freaking morning. Whew. Remember that OXBR did not hold any of its former spikes. Remember the daily chart we were talking about pre-market? That's definitely a big red flag. I think if OXBR pulls back one more time like it just did, I'd probably maybe consider going long. So EYEN did have that break, did even go above 6.5, but then it looked like sell volume came right back in on it again. Yeah, Aaron, good call on that. With SYPR, it had that spike up to 2 initially and then pulled back all the way. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of back holders on that one. EYEN, strong pullback here. Went into the 87s. Can we see another dip? I'd probably consider buying this one on the on one more of those. Bigger support at 165 on OXBR. Whew, that was a 10% candle. That's never a fun one to be stuck in. $5.66 in the theater near you. I feel you on that. SYPR now at 50% at 175. I wonder what's had a bit of a pullback there. I usually only like trading stocks when they're over $10 million in dollar volume for the day. Shows me that there's really some momentum there. Most likely SYPR will be, well over 50 million at one point today, but it's not the lead gapper. EYEN is 100% the lead gapper based on dollar volume right now. The PRPH, I also took a pretty big percentage loss on it, and the fact that it pulled back from pre-market highs 30% in literally one red candle continuation, it was like 4 or so red candles. I knew that there were so many sellers eager to leave PRPH that I did not want to touch that one, because that one had some really wicked chances of flushing. I just was like, I'm not even going to look at it. I've been stuck in those positions way too many times, and that's oftentimes why I always say pre-market, this stock is pulling back, you know, over 30% or something like that. Be very careful, because any stock that's strong does not pull back that far. We did have like 2 weeks where it was very weird. We were seeing stocks pull back like 50% and then ripping, you know, 100, 200%. That is very weird conditions. Here we go, EYEN 178. Not really sure how much more this thing's can pull back. I do think it might see 5.6 or so. Remember, right now we're buying dips. We're not looking for bigger reversals. At least I am. So I'd be taking my profits pretty quickly on any sort of entry that I get. $9.50. Overall markets are fairly green. Bitcoin's down about 2.5. VIX is down as well. Oil is up. Oxbr pulling back again. I'm really just watching Oxbr right now. I'm trying to figure out how this one's rocking and rolling. Huge bounces on CCL and AAL. Yeah, I think those are both just huge bounce potentials. Let me go look at them. I might even trade some large caps today, honestly. Yeah, wow, wow, I can't even speak. That was a crazy flush, 3% move on AL. I mean, these are huge moves on a ticker like this. That probably almost put me right on the day. Oxbr at 170. CCL had a really nice move. So much for getting my entry at 1460 something. This thing just broke 15 resistance and just ran. Wow, so many sellers on Oxbr right now. Absolutely insane. Man, both of these lead gappers are pulling back so much. It's a bit depressing, I gotta say. Oxbr at 167. This one could bounce any moment back up. 65. Big orders now at 166. Yeah, I saw that Russia announces C-19 vaccine. The problem with them announcing the vaccine, from what I've read, it apparently hasn't even been fully tested. So it seems like they're just trying to, it's a bit of a show move. So I'm not really sure, man. $1 million talk. I'm not in the CCL swing trade. My limit order was not executed. The price did not go down far enough. Richard says true Russian roulette. What happened to TRVN? I have no idea. I was looking at it a little bit, but I think pre-market was selling off a lot. Never a big fan. Holding stocks overnight, or even trading the second green day. MCRB might even be worth talking about. It's on its second green day. At least it was pre-market. It was up 15%. Need a test vaccine. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, fair enough. You guys are a bunch of savages in this group. EYEN selling off. 575, we just hit it. My trades aren't popping up right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. 575 getting chipped into the 560s. $67. Everything's pulling back. It's crazy. I feel like this August has been the month of pullbacks. There was definitely months where we would not be trading pullbacks at all. It's been really kind of the trend lately. Hot pre-market action and then pullbacks, huh? EYEN selling off again here, 77.68. Turkey Day, Joyce. Yeah, it's a really unusual kind of day. We had SYPR, but this one also kind of ended up selling off, huh? Try to get an entry here at 63. Looks like we might get a fill now at 63. Let's see if it does one more pullback. Not sure if it will. EYEN at 563, looking for a maybe retest into the 70s. High 70s would be more or less what I'm looking for. Something in the even the 80s, but I'm not sure if we're going to see something like that. Sold here at 577. I was looking for like 81 or so. But guys, we're on the backside of a new move. The dips are strong on EYEN. I don't really see a reason to hold it very long. I'm looking for very simple, small base hits, even like base hits. Like a 2% move is already enough to make me a little bit happy. OXBR 170, looking for this one to go into the 60s as well. Here we go, pulling back again. EYEN is a turd if you make money taking. True words from Michael. MYOS, I remember that one. Interesting observation. $5.75. Yeah, Michael, I actually totally agree with that. I'm not really looking to hold any of these overnight, especially OXBR. That one looks really, really bad. EYEN, you know, not the biggest fan either. But I think there's a little bit more potential in this one. 10 o'clock, guys. This has been probably one of the more aggressive sell-offs on both of our lead gappers that we've seen in quite a long time. Usually we'll have at least, you know, holding the open a little bit, but it's been really just sell pressure central here. Look at 580. Look at those sellers at 580. Whew. Shorted, Alex. I don't think I could short these tickers at these prices anymore. This is where I'd probably be covering. But I think EYEN and OXBR, if it did have a big, strong move, they would probably both be ripe for a short. Nice, Eugene. That's beautiful. Cleaned it up. EYEN actually might break this. This is looking pretty okay. Except the way I would trade it to reduce some risk is look for a flush and trade that flush, and then look for the break back above 580. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, 580, here we go. Boom, 584, nice, nice. Good to see a little bit of action. Okay. OXBR is also trying to go above the 9 EMA. That's a good question, man. Eugene, where did you pull your witchcraft out of? Well, guys. Things have calmed down quite a bit here. I wonder if we've already made our last trade. I'm always wondering on the day, like, was this my last trade? I try to be really open-minded, but it's, you know, you never know. It's like, could be. Or like yesterday, right after the stream, we did one more trade. Like 10 minutes after the stream. Not like a big win or anything, made like 25 bucks, but I mean, relatively percentage wise, based on my overall profit, that was actually kind of a lot. Yesterday was such a slow day for me. Vikram, it's not what I like to hear, but we still got over half the month. A lot of potential. Yeah, right. That whole stimulus debacle is quite ridiculous. What all their debate they've been doing. You know, regardless on which side you're on, it's like I'm surprised they weren't able to come to. I guess I'm not really surprised they didn't come to an agreement, but it seemed like such a like nobody was giving way, huh? Reminds me a little bit of like a kindergarten. I want it blue. No, it's red. Blue, red. No. Ooh, OXBR 166 alert about to go off. I'm not sure when AP Pro. Just getting used to some size a little bit was a big one. Getting used to the unlimited account took me a while as well. I think just, you know, trading every day really helps, regardless what the market's doing. You know, if the market's horrible, then just don't trade less. And then by trading less, you're also practicing your discipline. So I think just being exposed over and over again has been a big help. Being very consistent with what I'm trading. Like, I'm not randomly trading options or something. I'm not randomly trading large caps. Like, I sometimes dabble here and there, but I think like with trading, like the rest of your life, the grass is always greener on the other side. When you realize that, you know, as long as you just pick something and stick with it long enough, it'll pretty much work out. I think apply that to your trading and you'll be successful at one point. Jared, yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, Eugene, you know what? That's pretty sweet. I would actually really like doing that as well. Like trading some of the power hour moves, but you know, that's already 9 p.m. my local time. I've probably just had dinner. I'm like a slug chilling around. It's not ideal for me to be trading in the evening, so I pretty much make a hard cut around noon. Like, I'm not going to be trading. I might be readjusting some like long-term stuff, but I'm not going to be day trading. I mean, every now and then. I mean, never say never, but in practice, in general, I don't. Where's Abolisher today? Yeah, 1AP Pro. I think it's just screen time is probably the biggest help for me. 5 p.m. now. Yeah, Abdul. Yeah, so for you it's even more extreme. Trading the afternoons would just be ridiculous. I mean, it would ruin your whole like normal cycle. Well, that's a good question. Let's go to RKT. I'm going to put an alert here on EYEN. I don't really want to miss some sort of flush, which I think it might happen at one point. So RKT Rocket, if you guys have not seen it, I made a video about this one. Rocket Mortgages. They pulled down here to 20, and this is actually a zone where I was saying I would probably consider buying it again. So let me do a little bit of revaluation here. Had a nice dip off at 20, bounced up. This is actually a sweet open, I gotta say. It's pretty much exactly what I feel like a lot of people were waiting for. Back to 20. I think if this goes into the teens, I might start accumulating a little bit here and look for a pop back above 20. If you notice on the daily chart, the sell volume has been fairly light. That's actually a very bullish sign. So this one might be finding a bit of a bottom here. I wouldn't be surprised if it cracked 20 and went to like 1950 or so. But at the moment, it does look like it's forming somewhat of a bottom. So it could be a pretty sweet trade in that area. I'm not totally sure what I'll be doing, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind for sure. especially if it even goes into the 17s. I don't really see that happening just yet, but anything in the 19s I think would be quite a steal. So keep an eye out for that. EYEN with $250 million in volume so far, pretty legit. Out of the gates, this thing really just was, the sell-off queen, down 30%. 5.5 is huge support on this one. So if we got another move below maybe 5.6, I'd probably start accumulating right here. If it breaks 5.5, I might have to close my position. So I'd probably be risking about 4% to make 8%, 1 to 2 risk reward. There's probably no way I would hold for a 9-minute EMA retest, but that's the general concept of that one. TA says don't buy going to 15. Woo! Yeah, Michael, they have been dipping quite a little bit here, but I think I'm just going to give them some time. What I have noticed though with AAL is there is almost zero correlation with the news and AAL. It'll be like AAL, the worst earnings ever, worse than expected, stock goes up. It'll be like coronavirus, not as bad as we thought. Passengers going back on planes, boom, stock's going down. So I think just buying near bigger support on AAL is like the best thing to do. Did I get XTNT? I don't think so. XTNT. I'm gonna probably just say no on this one, or else I know. I usually know if I'm holding a stock, and ooh, look at this bounce off of 1.2. That's quite a cutie here. 13% pop. No volume though. I don't see why I would be trading XTNT. All right, let's keep an eye on some of these lead gappers here, because OXBR is looking like it might sell off again here, and same with EYEN. So I'm watching both of these. Both of these could be possible trades right now. Ooh, OXBR, there it goes. Remember, OXBR has some of the most rough looking daily chart that I've seen in a while, and right now it's breaking 166, and that's where we had that dip last time. So I think if we break this area, it's going to be a good little fall, so don't buy this one too early. $145. I gotta say, EYEN, impressive little reversal here. Not looking too bad. This is actually pretty legit. It's 10:13, so sometimes around 10:15 we get one of those late recoveries. Maybe EYEN is gonna be that late recovery. Oh. Such big resistance though, right around 6. So I wouldn't be buying it onto this move. Well, I'm not really sure what I would be trading right now. I kind of like both of these where they are in terms of not trading it. So maybe I'll refill my water in a little bit or something. We had a kind of high here, double top at $6. You can see we had a retest here and then a second retest, even a failed breakout for a second. Pretty decent volume though. I gotta give it to EYEN. Had pretty decent volume there. I think what I'm gonna be looking for is just, you know, probably bigger dips, and then maybe if we start seeing a real reversal, I would consider buying pullbacks. But for now, just kind of let it go. Market's really not too exciting today, huh? Look at that, EYEN just into this 53 zone for a split second there. That was quite the dip. Even goes to 544. Strong bounce there for a second. I would have been taking my profits on that bounce. Do I trade for a living? Yeah, I do. I do other things though, but trading is definitely part of my income. If you combine all of my trading, day trading, investing, swing trading, dividend portfolio, crypto portfolio, it's quite a substantial chunk of my income. It's actually pretty much most of it. PFNX. Oh yeah, PFNX looks actually kind of okay because it's slowly curling back up. Looks like it found a little bit of support. Decent, one of our second lead gappers on the day. Good call on that. I'm going to keep focused on EYEN just for a little bit. I'm going to put PFNX on my second chart. Oh wait, hold on guys. Wait. PFNX guys, stop looking at it. This thing has an acquisition. There's no need to really look at this one. That's like the third time I forgot PFNX was an acquisition. It was just bought out. It's going to be staying around $12. UIE, am I muted? It doesn't look like I should be. Goes down to 42. Interesting move here with EYEN. I don't think I'm muted. He's not muted. Audio is good. Okay. Good to hear. OXBR, guys, is looking like it really is trying to do a bit of a reversal here. I wouldn't give it probably too much benefit of the doubt based on its past performance, but possibilities for sure. No problem, Eugene, no problem. Thanks, guys, for letting us know. Light in the box. I remember that. Was that a Chinese e-commerce site or something like that? Oh, man, I traded that like 5 years ago. Even more. That was an old lead gapper. Maybe even like 6 years ago. EYEN had kind of a nice little double bottom here. I was looking at it thinking maybe this is worth the trade. I like the decent support here at 540. Yeah, and this one popped up like 2-3%. Again, I'd be taking profits already. These would all be base hits. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if it's still around, you know, especially if it has a spike history, then former spikers tend to spike again. Jason, man, I'm hoping for the best, man. 12, yeah. OXBR trying here. Kind of looks like EYEN is in a bit of a sell-off mode. Maybe buying some real quick dips on it could be a play, but I'd be a little bit nervous getting stuck in that one bigger flush. OXBR at 181. That's quite impressive. I was not expecting such a nice little pop. Oh, Ryan, that's a really nice thing for you to say. Appreciate it. I always feel like when the two lead gappers are this slow, there's gotta be a bigger move at one point, and most likely there will be, but you know, is it gonna be before 11? Is it gonna be before 12? Or is it gonna be an afternoon, you know, afternoon power hour kind of setup? Something tells me I won't get it. Oh, it's so depressing. Name market be more like Alex. How's my friend's hedge fund doing? I'm not totally sure, but probably busy. Probably busy. Yeah, Corey, I feel you, man. Always does. I'm wondering what it could be. I wonder if it's going to be one of our lead gappers or if it's going to be something totally new. The one that you're talking about. What's my biggest loss ever? Do hacks count? Because that was probably my biggest loss. Or my investment into my life insurance. That was probably my biggest loss. Both were around about $30,000. So I combine those two. That's a $60,000. That's a $60,000 loss. Ooh. Biggest loss with trading, like a quick day trade. I don't know. I have to check my trade journal, but I think it's around like 30% or so. We were stuck in a halt. No, I think it was more. It was like 46%, I think, with TOPS. We were stuck in a halt. Pre-market. Halted. No, wait, no, it was not a halt. It was a offering pre-market dropped like 60% or so, and we took like a 43% loss or something like that. That was, I think, my worst small cap day trading loss. Good news, I used tiny pre-market position size, so the whole dollar amount was only like 400 something bucks. So it wasn't really that bad. $35% losing trade. Okay, that's not too bad. Lost $400 on it. $391. For overall trading though, like I've took some big losses. I don't know, like 5,000-7,000. Yeah, life insurance was just really a bad idea. I don't know, I didn't look into it enough. I didn't really buy it for insurance purposes. I bought it for a investment vehicle, which I later learned is just not a good idea. I mean, it's a whole different topic and I don't really want to get into it. Everyone seems to have a different perspective about it. Case of the matter is, it wasn't for me. It could be for you, but it wasn't for me. So I terminated my contract, and that was very expensive. So if you want to see the whole video on it, just Google Alex Winkler life insurance, whole life insurance or something. I'm sure the video will pop up, and you can get my whole story behind it. So no. Yeah, it must have been a whole life policy. Yep, it was a whole life policy. Oh, I didn't want to think about it. If I just put all that into like AT&T, I would just be making my little dividends every quarter. I mean, it wouldn't be that much money, but like, I mean, you could have done anything with that money instead, anything. Hopefully I'll turn around TA. Do I live off of my trading? Yeah, I do. Yeah, Jared, yeah, you were spot on, man. That reeks of whole life, huh? Wow, look at OXBR now at 192. I think I had my last trade because I'm just super not looking at the market right now. My last fill was it was a sell at 9:58, so right before 10 o'clock. Yeah, OXBR is looking good. EVOK, late bloomer, maybe. I don't see it on my scanner. EVOK. I'm still watching OXBR out of the corner of my eye. I think that's probably one of the more interesting tickers today. EVOK, let me pull it up. Well, definitely slow but steady. Here, big resistance at 6, not what I like to see. Here, out of the gates, EVOK, here's the problem with it. And this will probably become very obvious at one point, but 50 minutes shows decent volume, but if you go to the daily chart, it's crazy how little volume EVOK has. So it shows there's probably no catalyst today. Looks down here, yeah, there's no catalyst. So this thing's just kind of running on its own with almost no volume. There's big resistance right above it at 6. I don't know if it's going to be really ready to break out of that $6 zone. It's already totally overextended. Up pretty much 12% 12 times from their low. I don't know. I wouldn't be jumping on EVOK. It looks also like a bit of a gap fill. Yeah, and then we're already having some flush of big cracks of momentum. I don't know. I could be totally wrong about it, but that's my thought. Mogo was halted. Oh my God, Mogo is still kicking, huh? I feel like that's like the roadkill at the side of the road, and like 2 days later, it's still like. Should have shot it behind the barn when you had the chance. What about BAC? I don't know. Let's check out BAC. Bank of America. PE of only 12. That's actually not too much. Do they pay dividend? Dividend yield 3%. Hey, that's not too shabby. I have never charted BAC. I don't even believe that. I think banks in general are going to have it a little bit hard once the once maybe mortgages are not going to be as hot anymore, which I feel like is right on the horizon. But you guys know way more about that than I do. I know a lot of you guys are involved in real estate, but I just have like an inkling that I don't know if I would want to be getting too aggressive. $25 is it's quite the pivot zone on BAC, and then we have a huge pivot zone here in the 20s. Definitely worth kind of charting out a little bit, I think. Right now we're at major resistance. OXBR, guys, almost breaking back above 2 at 197. Wow, 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 wow. 198, guys. Oh! Oh, I thought it was going to crack 2 for a second. Congrats to anyone that's kind of riding this momentum here. Really had a nice bottom there at like 163, 164. And now it's up 20% from that low. So just that would have been such a beautiful ride. Oh, hindsight, it's always 2020. Whoa, you guys are calling out a lot of tickers. I can't review that many. But yeah, BAC, I think... I don't know. I think this is a little bit high in this area, but if fundamentally this company's doing phenomenal, then maybe it can come back to the highs. I have no idea. I don't really like buying on these big green candles though. EVOK rampaging. Warren Buffett has been buying Bank of America. Yeah, he probably does want the dividend, but he was probably buying it in the 20s and then maybe in the 22s. If that's the case, he was probably waiting 4 years for these prices. So probably any sort of price under 25 would be a nice snag. OXBRW. That's got to be the longest ticker. OXBRW. Hold on, I forgot what the W stands for. Ticker. Warrant. That's what it stands for. Warrant. How did I forget that? That's probably the one extended decimal place that we use the most. Just watch out. I mean, this thing is the fact that they even put warrants on here is already the biggest red flag ever. I have no idea why these guys are up. I typically don't trade sub dollar because the way they trade, it just it's really tough to do any proper trading with it. You're kind of just hoping that you get like a big move, and sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But I don't know. It's probably fun to dabble in. I would probably consider swing trading them every now and then, but I wouldn't touch them with day trading. It just doesn't make sense. you say mortgages won't be hot for long. It's not that mortgages won't be hot. I just think, you know, the economy is not reflecting on the stock market. So I just don't know how much worse it's going to get. And I don't know. I definitely, the only thing I realize is that I'm not in the position to say what it's going to do because I just don't know. And predicting the overall economy in the market, I just find is very tough. And I don't know. I just like, I would probably wait for things to maybe on paper look worse and things to really sell off. And then I would just start accumulating blindly because, again, I don't really know. But I'm sure at one point there's going to be quite the amount of reports from this extended unemployment that we've been having, and I think that's going to really start showing on the market at one point. That's kind of my hypothesis. OXBR, man, is absolutely flying here. So it looks like this is really the one that's booming. Nice, Corey. Sweet reversal on OXBR. I gotta say, this was a really nice one. Out of all the tickers, I'm actually really surprised that this one was the one to reverse, based on the daily chart on this one, which I find to be probably one of the more rough daily charts. I was like, wait, this candle doesn't look right. I was on the weekly, not daily. Yeah, Corey, I feel you on that. Yeah, EVOK, man, it had no volume. That was why I was worried about it. No volume on an overextended stock on a second big green day near massive resistance. I don't see why I would want to trade that. It's setting yourself up for failure. OXBR is having a nice little flush right here. This could be the entry that everyone wants for the rebuy. I mean, this is pretty much officially back on people's radars. OXBR. $10.38. A little bit late. It's 10:38. It's a little bit late. Nice touch off at 215. I don't really see any warrants on this one, which is kind of surprising, or offerings or something like that. Yeah, good question, Steven. Probably because they fell off a cliff not too long ago. I was actually doing some REIT shopping a few months back during the middle of Corona, or what might be the middle of Corona. I think everyone was just kind of like, oh wow, this is really sold off so much. Let me just buy in these prices that we've never seen really before in a long time. Nice. Houston, that was a snag and a half, man. Really sweet. That was like a perfect exit as well. Eddie, cheers. Cheers for Houston. You know, this turnaround story has been really, really impressive. OXBR, you know, had so much sell volume. Look at this like 5-minute candle chart, just all downhill momentum. This was crazy. Now we're officially green on the day. Super strong what we're seeing here on this one. We're down 47% from pre-market highs. Really nice break. Clearly back above VWAP. That's going to bring a lot of people on this one. A lot of people even trade the break of VWAP. So this is one that where, you know, no longer dips. I'll be looking for pullbacks and breakouts. Yeah, Lisa, sweet. Woo! OXBR. Yeah, Eddie, it's still pretty crazy, even though it's quarantine central. But it's kind of ridiculous. People are always finding places to party here. Nice, Corey. This one has no new news, but it's still doing really, really well. Quick little recap, guys. This one has a 3 million float. That's a beautiful spike ability. Q2 earnings. Actually surprised that Catalyst is doing such a good job. Cayman Islands insurance company. It's a 3 million float on OXBR that I think is probably the prize behind it. Doesn't have that crazy amount of dollar volume on the day, but 63 million is okay, especially considering the overall market cap of 14 million, which is absolutely tiny. $2.5 is probably one of the bigger resistance zones. We broke above it a little bit, but more of a fake out. This last high here was at about 253. So yeah, the 250 zone, guys, is a lot of tops and bottoms in this area. Yeah, that was a really nice move. Woo, Houston, wow, that's a solid trade. Nope, right? I don't think so, or at least I'm not. Jared, I think everyone's talking about OXBR, but I could be wrong about that as well. Yeah, good question, Michael. With such a small float, it might actually get halted. We're on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big green candle in a row now. If I was going to try to trade OXBR, I'd probably be waiting for a 5-minute setup or so, possibly around 225. $225 zone being hit and bouncing. I'll be up 4 cents a share now. Not really too much, but I would consider a base hit. 228. Yeah, Steven, probably right. Here, 225 getting shipped again. Maybe we'll see something in the 218s or 219s. Back to 228. Could be a quick push in the teens, in the teen area for a little entry. Found some support though. Went to 21 or something. It's hard to say. $224, Michael, not too shabby. Another dip here. I don't really see this one cracking VWAP, at least not yet. I guess we'll see what happens here. It's stuck below the 9-minute. $0.10 a share is really good on a $3 stock, I think. I'm looking for 20 to 40 cents on a $5 stock. Boom, there goes into the teens. $2.17. I wonder, is it going to crack VWAP right now? Again, I wasn't really expecting that, but it looks like it might. decent sellers at 218. I wouldn't want to really be buying in this zone. 217. Oh, that noise always freaks me out. I always think there's something happening. Yeah, I mean, it could have been another scalp right there. Probably could have been like a 3-4 cents a share if you bought at the 17. That was a nice dip right into VWAP for sure. I know. Yeah, don't get overly attached to any one stock. It's really easy to kind of start watching certain tickers and like, you know, get all revenge trading on it. I try to really avoid that. Those always been the biggest reasons to bigger losses. So many years ago, I feel like I just decided to stop doing that. Although we all always make the same mistake sometimes again. This time will be different, right? VWAP really getting tested here. 215. If we go into the low twos, I'd probably consider buying this one. This has been a pretty nasty move so far. Hit 208 for a second. Bigger buyers kind of popped up there. 209. $212. Definitely on the backside of the move now. This could be a 9 EMA retest though. 213. Wow, the amount of scalps that could have been done on this one is quite high, but you got to be careful. Really got to take that profit. You can't hold it even for a second too long. That's really funny, Steven. $10.52. It's getting kind of late. The sell-off here has really been a bit more impressive than I was expecting. On the 5-minute, we got the 9 EMA right below, acting as probably some pretty decent support. The sellers are still really strong on this one. Surprised we have not had a VWAP retest yet. $209. This could be a little retest right here. I feel it. I can feel the retest. I can feel the retest coming on the chart. This was a scalp machine. Yeah, Corey, that's kind of what I've been thinking. I just read that. I was literally just thinking like this thing is like, I should have been scalping this one left and right. I mean, 4 or 5 cents a share over and over and over again. Although I gotta say, those are like half base hits, so percentage wise it's not really the nicest, but you know, still wrapping up 2% here and there over and over again. I mean, this move right here was That was like a 3% move. That was a pretty decent one, actually. You just got to be careful on these, because if you're looking for the 3% move, and then you just hold 1 second too long, all of a sudden you're down 4%. So it's like, yeah, okay, there was the retest that we were looking at. Nice, Corey. Beautiful stuff, man. Good work. Woo! Okay, OXBR cracked back above. Solid stuff. Yeah, I also feel like I'm a bit done. I feel like I would just be fumbling around at this point in time. Not to mention, my eyes are already getting a little bit blurry. Oh yeah, Steven, that was a good one. Yeah, I feel like once I start getting dizzy, then I just get more upset at losses, because I'm like, I should have not even traded because I'm tired anyway. And then a reward just feels like way too much stress, a winner. So I oftentimes don't even trade at that point. We didn't do that many trades today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I think 9 trades today, and 2 of which were partial fills, so they don't even count. So we did like 7 trades today. That's really not a lot. Biggest loss was with PRPH, the one you guys saw pre-market. That was kind of a silly trade. But you know, if we wrap up right now, we'd be wrapping up with $399 and literally 99 cents. What a funny amount. So I don't really see any reason to keep putting pedal to the metal. I mean, like, I feel like I did good. Yeah, I mean, I missed the whole XBR move back to the upside, but who cares? I got it numerous times out of the gates and got exactly what I wanted. I was able to watch the move up with you guys, and I think we all learned something from that move. Saw a nice reversal kind of happening, and it was good fun to watch. I mean, it might keep going, but again, at one point you just got to know when to walk away. I mean, there's no need to have your eyes rolling out of your head and, you know, just getting crazy emotional about trading. Locking it in is really nice. All we have to do now to increase our gains is just keep increasing our position size. I don't know what my average position size today was, but so far this month it's around 2,500. So if I wanted to get, you know, if I wanted to make, instead of $400 today and I wanted to make $800 today, all I would have to do is increase my average position size from $2,500 to $5,000, and then keep on going like that. I mean, Ross Cameron, he trades sometimes with $250,000 in one trade, and then it's no surprise that, you know, he has a $40,000 day or a $60,000 day. It's all very relative. Obviously, you got to work your way up to that, because that is high intensity. That is, whoo. You got to be very confident. You got to be very experienced trader if you're day trading small caps with that amount of money. But it's all about gaining comfort. I mean, what, 3-4 months ago we were trading with about $500 position sizes. So we're getting in the right direction. And I think one of the main things I've learned is, like, not to overdo it, because, you know, we're going to be right back out here tomorrow, and I'd rather be, you know, feeling good tomorrow. I'd rather be feeling refreshed, have a good night's sleep, not feel like I overtraded today, not gave back a bunch of profit for no reason because I decided to trade past 11 o'clock. So I think that's one of the hardest parts about trading, is just like having to walk away when one of the lead gappers, OXBR, is actually looking kind of okay again. Thanks, Houston. Thanks, guys. Ross is also very fast. He's a freaking animal. Also makes the move happen himself. Yeah, Jared, I feel you with AL, man. That thing is a beast. It's unfortunate to hear 1AP Pro. I would have thought it would be much, much better. Yeah, Corey, very sure. Ross is a bit quick for my laptop and TOS and also my general skill set. But like yesterday, you guys saw it. I was trying to trade with hotkeys and I tripped over myself hard. Obviously, I'm not that experienced with hotkeys, and TOS doesn't even offer that many options for hotkeys. But you know, you got to trade your experience and you got to also trade your platform a little bit. And I think the crazy amount of scalping with TOS and my laptop speeds during the stream just would not work. It would be a disaster. OXBR is pulling off here. See, like this is a flush that I just would not want to be in. I would be getting really annoyed in this area. Ooh, it just keeps dropping. NIO, I don't know. I was not looking at NIO today, but NIO is definitely a recent, former runner. Might be on the backside move. We could look at it very quickly here, but again, I was not looking at it, so I know less than you about NIO. Yeah, I mean, these tickers are way too high for me to be wanting to be trading them. These were small caps. This was $1.20. Now it's at $16. Earnings came out. They beat estimates and they still went down. It's what happens when a stock is overextended. Great news comes out and the company still goes down. It's like, why do you even want to mess with that? Using TD Ameritrade API to make your own hotkeys is actually kind of an interesting idea. I do have my hotkeys set up. I have Alt A for basically these buttons right here. Join the bid is Alt A, join the ask is Alt S, cancel all is Alt D, and auto send is Alt W. So that's a quick way to do it. OXBR, guys, at $2. Ooh, this could bounce. This will most likely bounce. It might go into the 97s and then bounce, but oh man, that is tempting to want to trade. I think a stock is overextended when in like the last 2 months it's up 10 times. So if it's at $1, now it's at $10 in 2 months or less, I just feel like that's overextended. So no matter how good the news is, it's probably not going to increase the stock price much more. SoftBank beat earnings and still sold off. Another example. Yeah, unreliable hotkeys. I kind of feel you on that, man. Like, and then overall, just like with TOS in general, like it's very laggy. I don't know how laggy it is for you guys. I know many of you guys complain about it all the time. But I just don't feel comfortable really using the hotkeys. Yeah, I mean, this is something that everyone needs to figure out for themselves. And it's also important what platform you use. I mean, Sean says hotkeys for me are essential. For my style, it's the way to go. I think that's really the key for your style. Everyone has a different style. So if it works for you, great. I would like to use them a bit more. I gotta practice a lot more with the hotkeys, but yeah, know your style, your strategy. Yeah, Lightspeed is the best. You're probably right. I have yet to use Lightspeed, but it seems quite good. Nice, Lisa. Happy to hear that. I'm happy I could also contribute to it. But yeah, the community is absolutely amazing here. Guys, remember PFNX has a $12 share acquisition. It's not going to be really trading that much. It's always going to be stuck at the same spot. Tesla like Apple dominant in the morning. Sweet. All right, I think I'm going to wrap up here. Just going through the chat, making sure I didn't miss anything. I probably missed so much, guys. Again, I apologize for stuff I miss. If I'm in a trade, I can't be looking at the chat. It's just too distracting. I start missing what's going on in the order book. But I try to check the chat as much as possible. Also, like the first 15 minutes of the market open, I usually can't really check the chat too much either, unless I'm just generally not trading. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks, Eugene. And yeah, guys, really appreciate all the likes. And if you're new, consider subscribing. We do the recap every day. And then we also, what do? We trade the market open every day. Starting at 9:15, we review the watch list. And then 9:30, boom, market opens and we're live. Or ready to keep trading. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Good luck with OXBR if anyone's still trading it. It does look kind of juicy, but just be careful, guys. Be very careful. Get a sidekick cover messaging. It's not a bad idea, but I do like to see what you guys are writing. I like to interact a little bit here. Boom. Take care, guys. I'm logging off. Ciao, cacao. How do I log off? I have to remind myself how to do it every time. There's some sort of button in the live streaming section. Ah, there it is. See you guys.